What is going on, guys, and welcome back finally to our Montreal Canadiens Be a GM mode. I know it's been a little while. I wanted to wait until there was some updates. Obviously, Austin Matthews is now in the draft, which is huge, and there's a few other little tiny things that have been fixed. The one thing, though, is that we're not going to have Jack Eichel in this GM mode, which is kind of, it's disappointing, but I'd rather not wait an extra 3 weeks for the NHL season to start. So obviously he's not going to be on Buffalo, but is one player really going to make or break the GM mode? I don't really think so. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue, but regardless, I just want to let you guys know that as well. And I'm on PlayStation 4 now. I decided I am going to be doing the GM mode on PS4 this year. Just thought I'd change it up a little bit. Why not? I've been doing Xbox One GM mode forever, an Xbox GM mode, so I have a PlayStation 4 now. I don't want it to collect dust, so why not do GM mode? If anything, it's quicker. I think that the menus just seem a little bit quicker and everything just seems a little bit more sharp, and I really like that about the PlayStation 4. So here we are, guys. Welcome back again. I apologize for the huge delay, but I've already done a few things regarding our team. I've sent some players down. I kind of have our lines exactly the way I want them. So we got Pacioretty, Plekanec, and Brendan Gallagher. I want Gallagher to obviously improve. I took the 2 weeks and I played a lot of GM mode. I played 4 years with Nashville, and players progress very quickly. Like, don't be surprised if Alex Galchenyuk is a 90 overall next year. Like, players progress like crazy in this game. It's awesome. It's very cool. So I kind of know the ins and the outs a little bit. I still have a lot to learn. This GM mode is a whole new learning experience, but I know a little bit. I played a bit with Nashville just in my off time, just hanging out, not recording, just kind of getting the ins and outs of the GM mode, and that really helped. So Alexander Semin, Alex Galchenyuk, and Zach Kassian. This is a line that could be really dangerous for us. Alexander Semin could easily put up 20 goals. Galchenyuk could be 50 points. If he gets 50 points this year, I'm stoked. Anything above that is just icing on the cake. And then next year, he'll probably be our number one guy. Maybe even halfway through the year, he's like 86, 87 overall. He's ripping it up. We can easily put him on the first line. Zach Kassian, again, kind of a question mark. Pretty much an Alexander Semin, but a little bit younger. Both have a lot to prove, and I'm hoping that they can do that here in Montreal. Devontae Smith-Pelly, Lars Eller, and Dale Weiss. I have kind of a problem with playing Dale Weiss on the third line. I would much prefer him on the fourth line, but we'll go ahead and have a look at the free agency. We'll see if there's maybe anyone that we can replace. Maybe have Weiss on the fourth line and then get Torrey Mitchell out of there, maybe sign a free agent, and that can play on our third line as opposed to our fourth line. So Jacob De La Rose could even get the third line minutes. That might not be an issue at all. We maybe could give the young kid some ice. He's got chemistry with Nathan Beaulieu, all that good stuff. So there's a few people who I've already sent down, Jared Tenorti and Mark Barberio. They obviously couldn't play on the team this year, so they're on the AHL team, and I will show you guys that after. I think I might give Jacob De La Rose the third line left wing for right now. I think I might go ahead and do that. Maybe switch it up after, but I'm going to give the kid the chance here with Lars Eller and Devontae Smith-Pelly, and then Mitchell, Desharnais, and Dale Weiss. So David Desharnais is a big question mark. He's got the offensive capability. I could probably play him on the second line, but I really don't want Lars Eller getting fourth line minutes, and I'm going to put David Desharnais on the power play. You're going to see here. He's got the offensive ability for sure, there's no question about that, but he's only 82 overall. He's a little bit older. He's listed as a third liner, and I much prefer Lars Eller as opposed to David Desharnais. So you guys can let me know. Maybe you guys want David Desharnais as opposed to Lars Eller. Right now I'm going with Lars Eller. Look at our special teams, though. There's our power play. Haven't really changed a whole lot. That's all the way it is. The goaltenders, obviously Price and Dustin Tokarski, and then you want to look at our defense, and nothing's really changed from there as well. Nathan Beaulieu, Tom Gilbert, Jeff Petrie, Alexei Emelin, Markov, and PK Subban. So that's pretty much our team, and we're pretty much ready to go. One thing I've learned, though, is that this GM mode, it can go by quick if you're not paying attention. Before you know it, you can have a whole year done in like 10-15 minutes. So you kind of got to pay attention here. Just before we start off the year, we're going to hold a team meeting, and we have a couple of options here. So if I see you dogging it out there tonight, you'll be in for a good bag skate tomorrow. We could be a complete asshole here. We could really make the morale go down. This is 1 of 82, so let's just focus on our game, and the results will come. That's not too bad. I want you to all get out there and bring your A game right out of the gate starting tonight. I think I like that one. That one's still firm, but very positive. We've trained all offseason for this. I know we can win. Focus on the system and get the job done. I think I'm going to go with bring your A game tonight, starting tonight. Let's go. Oh, really? Not many people? You know what? That's fine. It was more of a half and half thing. I'm not looking to please everyone. I just want to see the results out there on the ice. So if you guys want to have a quick little look at our AHL team, here is how the St. John Ice Caps are doing. Michael Bourneval, Houdon, Holloway, this guy, Carr, Thomas, and Marcier in there. Scorin, Jake Dowell, and Connor Crisp there. And then the goaltenders, I made sure that Zach Ficali was going to play in the AHL this year. He's going to be a big piece of our future. So I want him to get some AHL ice. And then obviously Jared Tenorti, Barberio, Dietz, Patron, Ellis, and Lernout. They're all going to be your defensemen for the St. John Ice Caps. I still have a few problems with this GM mode. If you can see on the right there, it has the club events. That really is not necessary. What I think should happen, and I've seen a few other people on Twitter, maybe there could be some sort of stats category, because say for example, I'm up against Pittsburgh, and maybe just for example, PK Subban has 20 goals. Obviously is not going to happen, but he has 20 goals, and then after the Pittsburgh game, he has 23 goals. So I know he just scored a hat trick. You know, I can reward him. I don't know who's getting points. I don't know who's getting penalty minutes. I would much rather have a stats category there for both teams. I want to see how many points Crosby has. You know, who we're going up against tonight, who's in net. The club events is really kind of useless, and maybe the fact that a stats thing could be there would really improve the GM mode. Just in the time that I've played it, that would really improve it. But let's go ahead, simulate the first game. We got Montreal versus Tehran. Nothing wrong with an original 6 rivalry to start off year number 1. Let's go. First period, 1-1, Joffrey Lupul and Dale Weiss. All right, Weiss on the 4th line. Period number 2, 2-1, David Desharnais. What is with that 4th line? All right, let's get the 3rd period underway here. Simulation pause. How do I start this? Resume simulation. It's a square now. It's not the X button on the Xbox. It's really weird. This whole controller thing is strange. It's a very small controller. I have monster hands, and the PS4 controller is really small. JVR ties it up on the power play. Come on. 32-22 are the shots. Big power play for us. Come on, guys. Come on. 2-2 here. 1 minute left. Going into OT. Who's gonna get it? Overtime here. Come on. 1 minute left. Oh, going into a shootout. And who's it gonna be? We're gonna get the winner in the shootout. Max Pacioretty. There you go. Starting it off right. Carey Price with the 1st star. David Desharnais and Joffrey Lupul are your 3 stars. So I think we're gonna get the first month of simulation done, and then we're gonna get some take on what you guys think, because from here on out there's gonna be steady GM mode videos. Here's a free agent guy that I forgot to show you guys actually, but he's a 69 overall high top 6 player. So we got this Vesterholm guy. He's a potential top 9 guy, which could be pretty nice. I just went in the free agency, and I think I signed 2 people. Yeah, this guy Case as well. He's a potential top 9 guy, and they're both pretty young. But from here on out, you're gonna see constant GM videos. So I get a big win there. We are 3-1. Sorry. See, it's just so fast. The simulation can go so quick. So if you're not on top of it, you can easily fly by 2 months. But from here on out, we're gonna be seeing steady GM modes, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I want to know what you guys are gonna think. We're gonna go 3 weeks in the AHL. We're gonna go 3 weeks in the WHL there, and we got some player stuff to talk about here. So let's go ahead and let's see how we're doing. We're 4-3-0, and then our St. John Ice Caps are 4-1-1. We have a player meeting here. From here on out, I might wait until there's 2 or 3 player meetings to actually go ahead and stop the entire simulation and kind of go for it. Yeah, my performance hasn't been that great lately, but everyone goes through slumps. jumps. All right, Cassian, we're going to be hard on Zach Cassian. He's a guy who's really got to prove himself. What do we want to say here? You have it in you just need to stay focused going forwards. He has the skill to do it, has a hand that had a positive effect. Alright, there you go, Zach Cassian. So right now, Price is our leader, Brendan Gallagher is a leader as well, and our locker room chemistry is 73. So when I played the Nashville GM, I had the locker room chemistry up to 90, and that was from making trades, moving around the lines, and the locker room chemistry went way, way up. So we're 7 games in here, we're 4-3-0, we're just going to get the first month done. Nothing crazy. We'll slow sim the game against Vancouver. Why not? Got 2 more games here until we get to slow sim that, and we win against Buffalo and we lose against Toronto. So we're 5-4-0 here. Not the hottest start, but again, it's only the first month of simulation. So let's go. Goals, first period. Let's go. 1-0. Redeem Verbata on Carey Price. All right. Period number 2. 2-1. Chris Higgins and Alexander Semin. Come on, guys. Period number 3. Oh my god, Brandon Sutter and Verbata gets his second goal of the night, and they stomp all over us 4-1. Ryan Miller stood on his head, 31 saves. Alright, okay, you know what? We're 5-5-0. Come on, guys, let's end the first month of simulation on a positive note. There you go. Overtime win there against Edmonton. Come on, against Calgary. There you go. 7-5. And look at our AHL team. Holy crap. 7-2-1. Wow. That is really, really impressive. We have 2 player meetings here, and in our AHL team, how many do we have? We have 4 player meetings. I don't know if you have to really focus too much on the player meetings for the AHL. I don't know how much of a issue it is. Charles Houdon, we're making smart issues. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's fine. Had no effect. I think the team is really gelling. Yes, it is. Absolutely. I agree. Things are going very nice. Now, positive effect. That's good. The team is really gelling. Again, I'm going to say the exact same thing for him. That's fine. And Jared Tenorti, I see the front office making a bunch of bonehead decisions. What are you talking about? Just because you got sent down, that's not good. I don't want to hear that from you, Jared Tenorti. I'm sorry you feel that way. Help us get back on track by stepping up in other areas. There you go. We're going to be firm with these guys. We're not going to be a pushover GM. We're going to be firm. We're going to be good. This is going to be a lot of fun here. So let's get the 2 player meetings done for here. I don't want to hold a team meeting yet because you can only hold, I think, 4 or 3 per year. So we're going to have to wait on that. When you're as good as me, recent performances like this are just the norm. All right, Alexander Semin. All right. What do we want to say here? You know, we want to be positive with them, but we want to be positive, but we still want to be firm. I think you've been nailing it lately, but I think you can do better. Had a positive effect. There you go. Lars Eller has been unperforming. Numbers are white and black. We need you to produce. Had a positive effect. All right, so things are looking up. No one's hating me quite yet. Everything seems to be going just fine. So let's see how we're doing in the stats department. Obviously, in the coming episodes, we're going to be more in depth with the stats, all that good stuff. We're going to be stopping the simulation more, having a look at stats, changing around the lines. But throughout the first 12 games here, looks like Plekanec is leading the way with 9 points. Brendan Gallagher has 8. Pacioretty has 8. So it looks like Alexander Semin's kind of slumping a little bit. 5 points in 12 games. That's not too bad, actually. You know what? It's only 12 games. I'm not going to go crazy quite yet. PK Subban, 6 points. Lars Eller. Devonta Smith-Pelly's doing very, very well. Jacob De La Rose on the 3rd line, not doing terrible. Everyone seems to be producing a little bit. We could get some more production out of Zach Cassian. There's an issue. 2 points in 12 games for Zach Cassian. That is not good enough at all. So, I mean, there's a lot of options here. There's a lot of things that we could do. We could easily go ahead and put David Desharnais on the 2nd line, move Cassian down. We could do a bunch of things. There's lots and lots of opportunity and lots of room to move players around here. But one last thing I want to talk about here is that throughout the course of the GM mode, and one thing I have noticed here is that players don't don't get a whole lot of points. And as I'm saying that now, it's a bunch of players have a shitload of points. But when I was doing the GM with Nashville, I went to the end of the regular season, and obviously there's players up there, Crosby, Stamkos, but they only have like 80 points. I only saw one time where a player had 90 plus points. That was Nathan McKinnon. So it's going to be interesting to see how many points players get. Maybe that could be something that can be adjusted, but here is just everyone through the first month. Like Corey Perry and Ribeiro are ripping it apart, but we're not going to worry about that too much. I want to have a look at our line. So if you guys have any suggestions for the next episode, we're going to start going way more in depth with some things. I don't want to make any trades quite yet. We're going to have to hold off on that, but maybe Kassian isn't the right player for the second line. He's listed as a third liner, so I mean we could easily just do that, right? And then put Mitchell there, De La Rose there, and then I mean that could probably work. Like we could change that around. Like, does that look way better to you guys? Have Kassian then have David Desharnais there? That might not be a bad idea. That's able to play Dale Weiss on the fourth line, which I want. Torrey Mitchell gets his proper ice. De La Rose gets the fourth line, and Kassian comes down to the third line. I think I like that. Maybe that kind of solves our issue of not having a place for David Desharnais. You know what? We'll figure it out as time goes on. But next episode, we're gonna be going into more depth. We're gonna be simulating a couple more months, and until then, I will see you guys. Thanks for watching, and I want to get a good conversation down there in the comments, and I will see you in the next episode.